Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nadex Market Commentary for the week of January 21st. My name is Toby Gennaro from Trade with Precision, and we'll just be taking a look at what's on tap for the markets this week. And we'll get started here taking a look at the S&P 500. We'll use the ES futures contract to do that. And here we are on the higher time frame, the monthly chart. Obviously, we're just, again, screaming higher. We're in month 5 of this, just this most recent incredible move up. I mean, we've had haven't had a pullback here on this higher time frame, the monthly chart, for almost 13 months now. So it doesn't look like we're getting any pullback in the market here. Really still kind of looking for a pullback on this weekly chart. We've got a nice setup candle right there, kind of in and around that buy zone. But we really haven't had any kind of a pullback. It's really been just kind of a straight across sideways consolidation, which I'm not too thrilled about that. I'd really be looking for a little deeper pullback into this zone and then look for that setup candle again to potentially get long. But as you can see on this chart, we've had a lot of our setups occurring right in that buy zone, and so I wouldn't forsake that. I'd still be waiting for that deeper pullback. But on the daily chart, we have converted over now to a number of daily pullbacks, and we've still been getting these great setup candles in and around that buy zone on the daily chart. It's got another nice setup candle right there. Got a break of the high, and it looks like we're going to be moving higher. Remains to be seen whether we're going to break this 1846 level. There's a lot of divergence showing up on the daily chart here, as well as the 8-hour time frame. So we might make another move back up to that 1846 level, but I'd be a little cautious around that area, and unless we get a break above 1846 and a close above that level, then I'd be looking for some pullbacks back into that level to get long again. But until we do that, I'd be a little cautious up around 1846 and looking for that pullback on the weekly time frame. And moving over to the small cap stocks, looking at the Russell contract and the Russell 2000 index, same thing as the S&P, just on a real tear here. We've put in consecutive higher highs and higher lows here on the monthly chart. Just a great looking overall trend here. Things, again, are remaining to be overextended from the moving averages, but we're just not seeing any weakness in the market here. The weekly chart, almost the same as the ES, sideways consolidation here, which I don't like that all that much, but we do have a beautiful bullish setup candle right there in and around that buy zone. I'd just like to see a deeper pullback in and amongst that 10-20 period moving average with a nice small setup candle before I get long again. But we continue to punch above these highs to set in newer highs. We've just gotten a break above that candle. It looks like 1172.90 was the high, and then we got a break above that. 1173.10 is the break above that level. So it looks, according to this chart, technically it looks like the market wants to move higher. I don't really have any divergence here to speak of on the weekly chart, just very slight, if any. On the daily chart, we can see some divergence coming into play here with some of these newer highs. So I'd be a little cautious about that at some of these levels, but we just got a nice, very small setup candle right in and around that buy zone, break of the high, and then we just took off and broke to another new high. So I don't know if anything looks different on the 8-hour chart, but we do have some divergence here on the 8-hour chart with some of these higher highs. So I'd still be anticipating some kind of a deeper pullback here on the weekly chart, and really kind of biding my time to see if I can get that. If earnings news this week is good, you're going to see this market probably continue to grind higher, and sometimes that's just the way it goes. But as opposed to getting into the markets on some of these higher time frames, getting stopped out, I'd much prefer to potentially miss a rally and wait out some of this news before getting long again, and at least trying to get the same setup here on the weekly chart that I've been seeing in the past, and getting that deeper pullback, which just allows me to trade at extremes and to get just an overall higher probability setup that I'm looking for. And then we'll take a look at foreign currency pairing here, looking at the euro yen. On the monthly chart, we can see just really have a nice move here over the last couple of years, just move pretty much straight up. And getting a little bit of a pullback here on the monthly chart, but I don't think we're going to get down too far on this pullback as we move over to the weekly time frame. We can see that we're getting a pullback right back into the buy zone here. We're getting a nice small bullish candle setting up right there. So if we get a closeout of a nice bullish candle right there in the buy zone by the end of this week, that's going to be a nice little setup for possibly a multi-week run once we get a break of the high of that candle, provided it's bullish by Friday in the next 4 days. But going down to the daily chart, we can see that we're looking at this nice pullback structure right here. Lower high, we've got a lower low in place. It took a bounce right off of this 140 level, pretty nice rejection candle right there. Got a break of the high. Looks like we potentially are going to be going up right here if we can get a break above some of these levels right around 143. Looks like we're going to be back up to the top here at 145, possibly in no time. So things looking pretty good there on the daily chart. And going down to the 480, we can see have a nice little reversal pattern setting up right there. A nice rejection candle that broke through that retest level, and then you can see we've got some slight divergence, bullish divergence here on both the MACD and the RSI, looking to push higher here and potentially break some of these levels up around 143 and 142, and then we should be off to the races there. So things looking pretty good, pretty bullish here on the euro yen. So a couple of markets there to think about for the upcoming week. I'd like to mention on the 23rd this week on Thursday, there's the Nadex Introduction to Bull Spreads webinar. So if you haven't seen that one before and you want to learn a little bit about an additional contract other than binaries, Bull Spreads will show you all the ins and outs of how that contract is structured and how you might be able to use that to supplement your trading. So I'd like to thank you all for watching the Nadex Market Commentary for the week of January 21st, and we look forward to speaking to you next week on the Market Update.